Hey everybody, it's Tom at MTG Spec, and I wanted to welcome you to an interesting discussion today, or at least I hope it's interesting. Today we're going to talk about the lost commanders of Magic. Now Magic has 251 total creature types right now as of the last Oracle update. They do these updates when new sets come out where they, for instance, change hounds to dogs like they did with Core 20. And it all kind of started with this here. This is the Grand Creature Type update. When in what was this, 2007, they did a massive update of all the existing creature types of that time. For instance, legendary creatures just said summon legend. They didn't have any creature types, and some of the ones later on would say things in the text like, this creature counts as an angel, like so that it could be a legendary angel, basically, things of that nature. But for the most part, this change they made, for instance, artifact creatures didn't have any creature types, so suddenly we had golems, gnomes, chimeras, and all that type stuff. So it was a huge update, but they do it occasionally. And one thing I've noticed from the last few sets is they seem to be trending towards trying to fill in missing legendary creature types so that people can have commanders for whatever they're running. If I needed a Corbinite deck, I would need Beta Ray Bill as my commander, and if I was having a Tea deck, I would need Willie's Sweet Tea as my commander because it is the best. And if I was running a PlayStation deck, I would need whoever this is, PS5 Chan. I mean, you need commanders for your decks. And so what I thought would be interesting to do is see who are the missing commanders. Who do they not have? And when I say they've been filling in some of the gaps, let's just look at a couple of recent sets like Dominaria. That one had the first legendary construct with what was he, Daxos, Scourge, something or other. I can't read my own handwriting, so Scourge of Krug, I don't know. And then they also had Grun the Lonely King, which was an ape commander. And then when Ikoria came out, of course, they had the Kogla, who was the King Kong ape commander as well. But like when they did Modern Horizons, they introduced Ayula, the Queen Among Bears, for the bear decks out there. And so you see these things sort of emerge bit by bit. And particularly in Jumpstart, I found it interesting that they had a devil commander for the first, or a legendary devil for the first time, and there was a legendary unicorn for the first time. So you had Zerzoth, the Chaos Rider, for the devil deck, and Emil the Blessed for the unicorn decks out there. Whatever, nerds, enjoy your unicorns. But so it was kind of cool just to see that they did that. But it made me think about, like, well, who's left? And I thought, probably like known wizards. They're probably on top of it. There's probably like maybe 20 commanders total. I literally got through C. I'm sorry for saying literally, by the way. I say that in a lot of my videos. I need to stop saying that. But I got through C and had found 21 commanders just in the first 3 letters of the alphabet. So let me go real quick to show you what resource I was using for that, which is the Creature Type Wiki. Wiki. It's pulling up. Worst camera in the world, slowest computer in the world. Here we go. Alright. So this is the Grand Creature update from Core 2021. So what we're going to talk about today is what are the missing creature commanders, meaning what are the creature types that exist that do not have legendary versions. And we're going to look through everything from Advisor to Cyclops. And again, there's 21 just in that group. And luckily I have bookmarks, otherwise this would be absolutely unbearable. So let's start at the beginning. The first of the A through C creature types that does not have its own commander are the antelopes, because wizards want antelopes to roam where no legends are known, I guess. So there's quite a few here. Looks like we're going to be looking for a green white commander, and I think we may see it in 2021. We may see the Antelope commander, because rumor has it, and Creepy Rudy, bless his pointy little head over at Alpha Investments, has been eerily accurate with his predictions. He's saying that there is a Norse-themed set coming out with snowlands and legendary squirrels. You know, we already have one legendary squirrel, but it is a unset squirrel, so it's not going to count. A Cornelia, that one's not going to count. So they're probably going to maybe unleash some of these antelopes in the snowlands. I mean, it could happen. So that is the first group. Now, some of these groups you'll find amusing, because the second of our commanderless groups, they are really behind the curve here, is Army. Army is a creature type, and there's only one, and it's not even a card. It's a token, Zombie Army. The Dread Horde from Amonkhet is only represented on this one token. I guess technically there's 3 different tokens that show like a bunch of little dudes and then like a bunch more little dudes, but that's all the Army has. So right now, if you want to run an Army deck, your only option is Morofon, the Changeling 5-color commander that is the commander for everyone whose creature type sucks. And after Zombie Army, which by the way, every army is a zombie army so far. The next one we have is Assembly Worker. This, even though this is a supported creature type, as you can see, there is almost fucking zero chance these guys are ever going to have a commander. If they were going to have a commander, it would have been this one right here, the Misha Self-Replicator. But the problem with this group ever having a commander is that one thing assemblies do is they replicate each other in forms of tokens, which would be useless if they were legendary. So it's going to be kind of a tricky thing to do. But yeah, the fact that they had a Dominaria had a rare assembly worker named Misha Self-Replicator, and it wasn't mythic, or it wasn't legendary, means that they're probably not going to get a commander anytime soon. I guess he'd be like some kind of union leader or something, I don't know. So after Assembly Worker, we are looking at another fairly well supported, oh, I take it back, they have 4, nobody cares. However, Aurochs is the next creature, and there is a snow creature for Aurochs, so maybe there's some hope in the Norse set coming up. We shall see. After the Aurochs, we have Badgers. We don't need no stinking badgers. That's a bull Auroch. I hit the wrong thing, audience. This is why my channel will never ever be monetized, but that's okay. Badger. Alright, so maybe the guy with the beanie from Breaking Bad can come save this group. Looks like we're looking at a red-green character, so that would be kind of cool. It could happen. I wouldn't put Badgers at the bottom of the list. Basilisk might be near the bottom of the list, but there's 10 billion basilisks, and I will add that of all the creature types that don't have commanders, these may have some of the ugliest art. These are pretty shitty looking, but there's a lot of them, and they're all green, so this would be an easy one to do. And that's the thing, they can use these supplemental sets like Jumpstart or Modern Horizons 2 or whatever they want to do to fill in these gaps if they really want to. And every time they do, every time they fill out a commander that's missing, people get a little excited, just on principle. And I did it again. I did it again, everyone. Alright, the next one, my stupid double-clicky mouse. Okay, next one is Bats. I actually have a Batman commander deck. How nerdy is that? Yeah, there are no Bat Legends, except this guy, the Surging Commander, who is a legendary creature, Wombat Bat Chameleon. But he's silver bordered, so he does not, as of yet, count under commander rules. So after that is Beeble again. This actually is probably, outside of a supplemental set, probably the worst one off, because they just had a mythic rare Beeble that was a planeswalker called B.O.B. Bevy of Beebles. But apparently Mark Rosewater has stated that he thinks they're goofy as shit and they're only going to be in supplemental products. So maybe Jumpstart 2, maybe have a Beeble commander. I wouldn't hold your breath, but I'll tell you this much. If there is one, it's going to be drawn by Jeff Miracle if he's still alive and hasn't sexually predated on anyone up to that point. So the next creature type which is really pretty shitty, is Blink Moth. Did you know that Blink Moth is indeed a creature type? But it's only on 2 lands, Blink Moth Nexus and Ink Moth Nexus. So whenever you get your full sleeve tattoo thing, just shed a tear for the Ink Moth Nexus card from a Secret Lair that has no commander for it. Next up, God, can you believe we're still in the Bs? I'm already at 1025. Alright, next up is Bringer. And boy, what a shitty creature type this is. There's 5 of them, and they're all 5 color. So this one is a weird paradox, because there's only 5. They've said it's not a supported creature type, but it'd be the easiest one to do in the world, because they could just say, you know, Bringer of All Dawns or something like that, and just easily crap one out that's 5 colors. And one Vorthos somewhere in the world would go, ooh. Alright, so after that we have another really unsupported creature type, the Brushwag. It's interesting though that Ikoria actually introduced a new Brushwag. Personally, I think these guys are fucking badass, and they need a legendary Brushwag to lead them to victory. It's gotta happen, guys. Alright, next is Camerid, which yeah, there's no card for this. It's only on two cards. Camerid means young Homerid, I found out. That's what little Homerid hatchlings are called. So it's on the Homerid spawning bed from Fallen Empires, so save your money, folks. If you want to buy Fallen Empire singles, you better start saving now, because those are going to skyrocket any second. Any second. And then Sarpadian Empires Volume 7 had the ability to make Camerid tokens. So more fun, you know, well played. You've cornered the Camerid market in terms of commander stuff. Next up is, this one kind of surprised me a little bit. Is it clicking on the thing? Yes, it is. Okay. This one, look how well supported this is. We got, you know, got white, green, black, the camels, man. Where's the camel commander? You know, maybe next time we go back to Amonkhet. Amonkhet introduced, actually the Amonkhet block introduced 4 new camels. So it's kind of cool. You know, I don't know. It could happen. We're just going to have to wait for some magical hump day someday. Next up. This is another one that may be in our Norse set, the Caribou. And this is another one that only exists as tokens for 1 card, the Caribou range. So yeah, you can put a 0/1 white Caribou creature token into play. That's kind of broken, man. Those 0/1 white tokens, you do not want to mess with them, because you slap a Crusade out and oh right. Okay, so next up we have, this is another weird one. It's like Bringer, Carrier. Now this one's all Phyrexian stuff. You know what they need to do? They need to be clever and do a 5-color Bringer Carrier, and it would just be called like He Who Walks Back and Forth. You know, you got a 5-color commander, have some black activated costs as a little tip of the hat to the fact that all carriers are black and all bringers are multicolored. But yeah, I mean, it's not like Phyrexia won't be back as a threat. They will eventually. But yeah, I love the idea of a crappy commander that knocks out 2 creature types at once. That would be great. So after that we have Chimera. Again, this is one that, you know, it dates back to Visions. It's been around. They've done it recently. They have a mythic rare one. They did it in Battle Bond supplemental sets. They have one of the worst fucking creatures ever printed, Perplexing Chimera. Listen to this flavor or this game text. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may exchange control of Perplexing Chimera and that spell. If you do, you may choose new targets for this spell. If the spell becomes a permanent, you control that permanent. I remember when this Journey into Nyx or whatever it was came out, and I was running a tournament for it, and I just told them if they play Perplexing Chimera, they're on their own. I can't make any judge rulings on that. Too weird. All right, next up. Who else is bereft of leadership? Citizens. Well, that's sad, especially in an election year. So 5 Kids in a Trench Coat, a little sketchy joke card, is actually as close as we have to a citizen commander, and that's not even legendary, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, this character type, creature type, only exists on 2 different tokens, and a mystery booster joke slash concept card. So not much hope for the citizenry of Dominaria. Alright, next up is Cockatrice. Pardon my French. Card image. Whoa, what happened? Oh my god, the Cockatrice turned my computer to stone. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we got 3 of them. The original from Alpha and its unloved neighbors. And I don't know what they're playing at, because every time they introduce a Cockatrice, they introduce a new color. See this green to black to green blue? Maybe once we have all 5 colors, we'll have some super swanky Cockatrice. And Basilisk also. There needs to be a Cockatrice Basilisk, because they both just turn things to stone. Might as well just have some freaky... Maybe next time they go to Ravnica, they can get on that. And, alright, so third to last one here we're going to be talking about today is the Coward, who is so cowardly they don't even show up on cards. But Boldware Intimidator can make a creature a coward. Reprobation can make a creature a coward. And likewise, Changelings all count as cowards, of course. But that's it. Yeah, there's actually no hits for creature type coward. So, yeah, I mean, do they really need a commander? They can be cowards on their own. Next, we have our penultimate A through C commanderless group. And this is one that probably will get some love. I mean, we're going back to Zendikar, which gave us the great Hedron Crab. You know, you slap a Hedron on a creature and call it the Hedron Master. I don't know. Like, look at this I can't speak today. Shorecomber Crab, little dude who made a hermit shell out of a skull with a pirate hat. I mean, crabs are kind of badass, and they're all over the place. They're on every plane. They're on Innistrad. They're on Theros. This is one that if I had to put my money on, you know, a supplemental product bringing out a new commander, crab's pretty high up there. Oh, look at this dude too. Crab, Turtle, Crocodile. Who's he think he is? It's too fancy. And then our last commanderless creature type from A through C is the Crocodile. Oh my god. Here we go. So we have crocodiles that are green, black. We have crocodile frogs, zombie crocodiles. This is the one that, if they were going to pull the trigger already, probably would have been legendary, the Emperor Crocodile. That's actually the only one that's very good. He's a 5/5 for only 4 mana, but if you control other creatures, you have to sack him. It's pretty good, though. You know, that's pretty powerful. Ooh, we have the Phasing Crocodile. You definitely want to work that into a commander deck just to bewilder your opponents with how shitty your deck is. But yeah, Scuttlegator. Here we go. Crab, Turtle, Crocodile. Like, you know, I don't even remember who the turtle commander. Maybe turtles don't have a commander either. Maybe this is just a sad sack who just looks depressed because there's no one to lead any of his 3 aspects. But yeah, so that is it for A through C. You know, which of these do you feel sorriest for? Tell PS5 Chan in a comment below. And holy shit, this is a 18-minute long video. It's going to take forever to upload. So, das Vidania, y'all.